If your role, whether you're defining product features, managing project timelines, or influencing business strategy, involves modern software, you are constantly interacting with data flow. Today, we're unpacking JSON, the four-letter acronym that defines how data moves between systems, so you can make smarter technical and business decisions. We won't be writing code, but we will understand why this simple format is the foundation of modern data exchange, and, most importantly, why it matters to your job and your product decisions. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. But forget the JavaScript part. That's just its origin. Think of JSON as the universal language for structured data. Imagine two people speaking different native languages. One only speaks Python, the other only speaks Java. How do they exchange a complex message? They both use a common simple translator, JSON. It's preferred over older formats because it's human-readable and machine-readable. It's lightweight, fast, and has become the global standard for sending data via the web. JSON is built on one core principle, the key-value pair. The key is the label or the name of the piece of data. Think of it as the column header in a spreadsheet. Customer name. The value is the actual piece of information. This is what's in the cell. All keys are always strings, but the values can be different types of data, which is key to its flexibility. For instance, a number, a string like John, or a Boolean, true or false. JSON uses two main containers to organize this data, objects and arrays. The object, identified by curly braces, acts like a single labeled container or record. It groups related key-value pairs together to describe one complete item, such as a user, a product, or an order. An array, identified by square brackets, is a list of things. It holds multiple items, usually multiple objects of the same type, like a list of all items in an order or a list of all users on a page. The power comes when you nest them. A customer order object might contain an items array, and that array holds multiple product objects. This is how complex real-world data is structured. When you write a requirement like, the system must store the user's preferred contact method, you are essentially saying, we need a JSON key called preferred contact method. Knowing the data structure helps you write concise, testable stories. You can explicitly state what data fields are required for an API call, avoiding scope creep later. Understanding the JSON format is key to assessing risk and dependencies. Integration risk. If a feature requires two different systems to exchange data, you must ensure both systems agree on the exact JSON format. A single missing or incorrectly named key can break the integration entirely. This is called a schema mismatch. Estimating complexity. When a developer says they need to change the data model, that means modifying the JSON structure. This ripples out. It affects the database, the API, and potentially front-end display logic. A small change to the JSON is rarely a small change to the overall system. The most common place you'll encounter JSON is within APIs. Application programming interfaces. APIs are how systems talk to each other. Think of placing an order online. When you hit Submit, your web browser sends an API request to the server. That request isn't just a simple click, it's a bundle of data packaged neatly into a JSON format, the order items, your address, your payment method. This is called the JSON payload. The server then processes the data and sends back an API response, which is also a JSON message. It contains the result, success, a tracking number, or perhaps an error message. Crucial takeaway. Understanding what the JSON response is supposed to look like is essential for defining error handling. If the server returns a JSON with the key error code 404, your requirements must define how the front end handles that specific message for the user. Let's quickly recap. JSON is the backbone of data exchange. It's built on simple key-value pairs and organized into objects, single items, and arrays lists. To be more effective in your role, here are 3 things you can start doing. Ask to see the JSON. When discussing a system integration or a new API, ask the developers, can you show me the JSON payload for the request and the response? Just seeing the labels will make the conversation clearer. Validate your keys. Ensure your requirements for data fields, the keys, are consistent with the data fields being used by other systems. Focus on the structure. Define the relationship between the data Is it a single item, object, or a list of items array? This helps your developers architect the solution correctly. Understanding JSON elevates you from someone who just defines what to someone who understands how the data flows. If you want more 5-minute videos from the Non-Developers Tech Glossary, hit that like button and subscribe now. Thanks for watching.